Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'll be showing you guys my foundation routine and also how I lightly highlight and contour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see how I do my full coverage foundation routine, then just keep on watching. So before I apply my foundation, I'm first going to prime, and I'm using the Benefit Porefessional, and I'm focusing that on my T-zone as that's where I get the most oily. And as you can see, I am kind of patting it into my skin with my fingertips rather than kind of swiping it back and forth, because I really want it to fill in my pores. And then to prime the rest of my face, I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil-Free Foundation Primer, and I'm just going to apply that all over my face, and it's just going to ensure that I don't get oily throughout the day, and also kind of creates a barrier between my skin and the foundation. So onto foundation, the actual main part of this video. I actually had to use two, just because the one that I initially wanted to use, which is the Stila Stay All Day foundation, it's a bit too yellow for me right now, so it can look a bit ashy since I'm getting a bit darker because the weather's getting a lot warmer. So I had to mix it with the L'Oreal True Match foundation. I'm not completely sure what shade it's in, so I will leave that in the description box down below. And that's just way too dark for me, so I just mixed those two together to kind of get somewhat my perfect match. And as you can see, I'm kind of dotting it all over my face and then just blending it in with the Real Techniques buffing brush. So I had quite a bit of foundation left, so I decided to kind of add a bit more product onto my cheek area, as that's where I kind of need the most coverage, and that way I don't need a concealer to cover my blemishes. So to conceal under my eyes, I'm using the Illamasqua Skin Base Lift Brightening Concealer in the shade Deep 2, and I'm just applying that under my eyes with my ring finger. I absolutely love this concealer. It's actually the concealer that I use on a regular basis just because it doesn't crease on me, and it's really creamy as well. So of course I needed to highlight, so I'm using the Benefit Erase Paste in the darker shade. They only have 3 shades anyway, but I believe this is in the shade Deep, and I'm applying that under my eyes in a kind of triangular shape with a concealer brush. And I'm also going to go down my nose, on my Cupid's bow, kind of a bit on my forehead, and also just below my lip. And then once I've applied that, I'm just going to blend everything with my finger. You can also use a kind of a brush to blend it, but I find that using a brush it can become quite streaky, so I just prefer to use my fingers, but you can go ahead and use whatever you want. So I'm going to cream contour with the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Makeup in a really dark shade. I believe it's actually the darkest shade that they have, but I'm just going to contour the hollows of my cheeks, my nose, my temples, as well as my kind of jawline. As you can see, I'm not applying too much just because I have run the mistake before of actually applying way too much because it is so dark and sometimes it can look really kind of muddy on my face. So I did decide to go with a light hand. I kind of wish I went a bit, like added a bit more, but I just didn't want to go too far because I've done that before and it's looked absolutely horrendous. But now I'm just taking the Benefit Erase Paste and just putting that just under where I applied that contour, and then I'm just going to blend everything together with a Real Techniques buffing brush. So I'm going to set the highlighted areas with the NYX Set It, Don't Fret It matte finishing powder, and I'm just going to, I guess, set everything. This is in the shade I believe medium/dark, but again I have to apply it with a really light hand because at times it can start looking a bit ashy, but I actually do quite like this. I've been using it for a few weeks now, and it seems to be setting my makeup really well. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 355 Coconut. as you can see in the pan, it was super light, but it doesn't really provide that much coverage, so I kind of just went with it because I don't really own a powder that's exactly my shade, but I just applied that with a Real Techniques powder brush. So I decided to be a little bit extra and use the Sleek Contour Kit with the e.l.f. powder brush. And I'm kind of warming up my face and kind of contouring it at the same time. But I'm doing it really, really lightly because I don't want it to be too harsh. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. All the products used will be listed in the description box down below. If you guys have any video requests or anything like that, please comment that down below as well. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.